finest wrestler, Dave Brown, right along ringside. We are ready. Championship wrestling, and by golly, I'll tell you, love the looks of it, Davey, as we said earlier in the week.
I tell you, 2 six-man tag team matches coming up today. We are going to have in here handsome Jimmy Valiant, Tojo Yamamoto, and the Dream Machine. They'll be on one side of the ring. And also, we're going to have superstar Bill Dundee, Carl Fergie, Tommy Rich, much more coming up. It looks like a big day.
You know, we had such a response, Dave, that on showing some of the old great matches of Jerry Lawler and that sort of thing, that I think everybody kind of likes to go down the nostalgia road. Today, we are reaching back in the file, and we have got some interesting stuff on the former world deadlift champion, Paul Ellering. We're going to be looking at all of that. Let's get it underway right now in Championship Wrestling, and we'll be back starting with that first match in just a moment.
Hi, I'm Dick Clark. 2 out of 3 fall, 45-minute time limit, 6-man tag team match coming up. One team in the ring right now, and as soon as the other 3 men make their appearance here, we will be underway. Again, it's a 2 out of 3 fall match. Overall time limit, 45 minutes. And here they come, stepping up to the ring.
You might know Hart and that crew would be late.
A little late, yeah.
Yep, okay.
There was actually 4 of them there with manager Jimmy Hart in their corner. The total weight, 608 pounds on the right of the screen. From Union City, Tennessee, Koko Ware. From Memphis, Tennessee, Tom Maley. And from Memphis, Tennessee, also Pat Hutchinson. And going against them, those guys you're looking at right there, total weight 717 pounds. New York City, handsome Jimmy Valiant. From Japan, Tojo Yamamoto. Parts unknown, the Dream Machine. Their manager, Jimmy Hart. 2 out of 3 falls, 45-minute time limit. Your referee is Jerry Calhoun.
Okay, we got a lot of sorting out to do. Great group here today for our championship wrestling. And 2 out of 3 falls, 45 minutes. Jimmy is ready. He's sitting on already, ready to do it. Bell time. Here we go. Koko and handsome Jimmy.
Koko Ware. Cautious there. That's a good move to be cautious. He's facing a handsome one. The Big Apple. Jimmy Valiant. What's that for? Went after Koko comes in. Green. And Koko stands them off. Tojo, Dream Machine, back out on the apron. There's Jimmy Valiant in there again. Valiant says, oh, wait a minute, we're not ready yet. Leg drop by Jimmy. And a choke. Koko slammed into the Dream Machine's knee. Dream Machine, right hand after the tag. Puts Koko in the rope, whips him across the way. Upper part of the arm, Koko down on the mat. Dream Machine goes to the rope. Drops down to the upper part of the leg. Tag made, and here comes Tojo Yamamoto. Famous for the chop. That's what he starts with right there. He hit with that chop. Follows with another. Tojo makes the tag on the Dream Machine. Dream Machine. Boot to the midsection. Point of the toe, too, maybe. Machine in the corner. Here's Valiant. Oh, Valiant just about took his head off with a right forearm. Koko into the ropes again. Tojo Yamamoto with a mini chop as he comes off of it. Koko battling his way, trying to get over to the corner. Get the tag on one of his 2 partners, Tom Maley or Pat Hutchinson. Unable to do so. He's kept away from him. And away from that tag, Dream Machine, he fired a right fist to the top of the forehead. Tag Jimmy Valiant. Koko, swing the leg to the corner. Tag Tom Maley. Maley coming in there. On the face of things, he is outmanned against handsome Jimmy Valiant. But he's seen it battling nonetheless. Body slam by handsome Jimmy. Dream Machine follows up. Picks Maley up by the hair. Chops him down to the mat. Double forearm, single forearm. Big broad arm across the back. The Dream Machine. Tag, Jimmy Valiant. Valiant going to work on Tom Maley. Maley got the tag. Here's Pat Hutchinson. Been in some battles. He can go, but got a lot of size against him in here right now. Big Dream Machine puts Hutchinson into the rope. Sets him up for a chop by Tojo. Tojo with Hutchinson in the air. Body slam. Picks him up with a hair. Tag Jimmy Valiant. Quick action. The quick tags in the corner of Valiant, Tojo, and the Dream Machine. Valiant drops with that big arm. Down to 1, 2. It's all over for the first fall. 3 minutes, 40 seconds. He got him. Jimmy Valiant got the pin on Pat Hutchinson. And the first fall victory to handsome Jimmy Valiant, Tojo Yamamoto, and the Dream Machine.
Spirited, but by golly, it was not unexpected. First ball going to the very powerful team of Valiant Yamamoto and the Dream Machine. We talked a little bit earlier about the action that took place in the past, and one of the guys that I think is an impressive kind of a guy, in the very fact that he held, okay, Jimmy, the fact that he held a world deadlift record was a muscle man, Paul Ellering, who was one of Jimmy Hart's great prizes. As a matter of fact, you remember when Jerry the King Lawler broke his leg and Hart dismissed it, said, hey, you shoot horses when they have broken legs, don't you? And he crowned a new king at that time. Let's take a look at Paul Ellering during those ceremonies.
Let me tell you about somebody else, Paul Ellering, the world's strongest man. The world's strongest. You know what? Bo Derek is a 10, right? He is the male Bo Derek, baby, but he's a 15. He's the man with the most beautiful body in the world. And he also, to go along with that, the man also holds the world record in the power lift, 925 pounds. But last but not least, man, in my stable, handsome Jimmy Valiant, baby, the Southern Heavyweight Champion, handsome Jimmy. Yeah, the man who's the greatest attraction in the world. He is the greatest attraction in the world, and I'm the manager of the greatest attraction in the world.
Okay, Jimmy, we've heard all about your stable in there. I never did get the answer to the question that I was asking you a little bit ago. You told us all about your stable of the Iranian assassin and Paul Ellering and Jimmy Valiant.
But wait, one more thing. But the big news, baby, the big news right here is today, one of my 3 stallions, baby, is going to come the new king of professional wrestling. The new king of professional wrestling, baby. It's either going to be the Iranian assassin, Paul Ellering, or, last but not least, handsome Jimmy Valiant, baby. And I'm going to show you what this guy's going to do right now. Yeah, boy, you can dress so Eddie up, but it still don't help him out, does it, Lance, huh? Didn't I tell you something special was going to happen today, didn't I? Well, baby, the time has come right now because it's time for Jimmy Hart to crown the new king of professional wrestling right now. I know everybody's been waiting for it. I know you've been waiting for it.
I can see they've been holding their breath.
But I've got a few things I'm going to put over here by old Dave. Now, Dave, I know Lance can't sing, so I had to bring a little music myself. So when I give you the word, will you punch the button, man, so we can have a little music when I bring the new king of professional wrestling out
You're
here?
going to crown a
Hey,
new
it's
king.
a Jimmy Hart show. That's what it is. So I want you to listen to me. You know, I've got 3 men in my stable, like I said earlier. The Iranian assassin, Paul Ellering, and handsome Jimmy Valiant, the Southern Heavyweight Champion, baby. Well, right now, it's time to crown the new king of wrestling. So if the people are ready, and all you jerks at home are ready, this is history. This is history in the making, Russell. Are you ready, Davey? If you'll push it up, we're ready. Put the microphone on. Ladies and gentlemen, right now, the new king of professional wrestling, Paul the King Ellering.
What?
Paul Ellering, can you hear me? Look at this man. The $1 million body, baby. Look at him. Look at him. Come on, Paul. Come around. Let these people see him. Look at him, girls. Look at him. The strongest man in the world. The strongest man in the world. Come on, give me the flowers, Lance. Come on, we're going to do this right. Come on, I'll do it. I'll do it, man. I crown thee the new king, Paul the King Ellering.
You got a short memory, Hart. That's all I can tell you.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Come on, Russell. You knocked the crowd off.
I didn't knock the
Come on,
crowd
man.
off.
Wake up. Look at this body. Look at this body. Come on. Come on, pose for him, Paul. Let me move this robe off just a little bit, man. Come on, this thing's in the way. Show these people these muscles, man. Show them the muscles. Look at that, dog.
This is your new king, Jimmy Hart.
New champion,
The
baby.
new
I'm
king.
telling you, the new champion. Come on, show these people the muscles.
Look at this,
Come
people.
on.
I didn't get much comment about the old king out of you.
Look at it. Come on, show them the
Okay.
pose, man.
Look at the back.
Woo! Is it great or is it great?
Well, whatever you say, Jimmy, whatever you say. What a specimen, huh? Yeah. Moment and a half. That was when Jimmy Hart crowned his first new king. Okay, we've got some more look back down memory lane we'll be taking a little bit later on. We've also got six-man tag action, and we're going to take time out now, and we'll be back to championship wrestling in just one moment. Back to Channel 30's championship wrestling action here in the ring in just a moment. Do want to take time out to remind you about Tuesday night. What a night of action it is going to be, and sure, you better believe a 10-man battle royal that'll have a $1,000 bill as the prize. We'll show you that a little bit later in case you've never seen one. Lots of other matches in there, a couple of singles and some tag matches. There'll be a Southern Tag Team title match, and then the finale is going to be a main event you won't soon forget. Jerry the King Lawler will be facing Paul Ellering, the big muscle man out of Melrose, Minnesota that Jimmy Hart has dug up to bring in here against the King. And the rules are that if Jerry can beat Ellering, he'll get Hart, not in a single match, but he'll be in there in a handicap match with a partner of his choice. But you first got to get past the big muscle man.
Well, I'm not even thinking too much about that because it's a fact of life. I'm going to get past him. You know, last week, I knew there was going to be a referee out on the floor, but I didn't think that he was going to come in and count Jimmy Hart out and stop the match before I got to completely do him in. Well, what I did to him last week was fine, but it was just a little sample, Hart, of what I got in store for you this week. You know, he told the promoters, no way is he going to get back in the ring again with me by himself. Well, this is just as good, Hart, because I thought I proved it to you last week. You went out and you got this Dream Machine. You said he's the greatest thing since sliced bread and that he was going to be the one that done me in. Well, he turned out to be a one-night wonder for you. He didn't get the job done. Well, Hart, now you've gone and got Paul Ellering, the man who for 6 months around here, I wasn't even warm in a hospital bed, and I saw you out there on TV putting my crown on his head, calling him the king. Well, let me tell you something, Ellering. For 5.5 or 6 months, all you heard around here was wait till the king gets back. Well, the king is back. And I'm going to prove it to you, Ellering. I'm going to beat you like a dog that you are. And then Hart, you, and I don't care if you get King Kong and Godzilla, bring them out there in the ring because I'm going to beat their brains out. And then I'm going to get to you, Hart, more than 5 minutes this week.
Well, you'll have the opportunity to see that maybe, but for sure, see it.
Well, the Dream Machine wanted to start the fall. Handsome Jimmy's got to start it. He's the one that got the pin in the first fall.
Dream's been out there pacing around, pushing everybody back, but Jimmy is having to start it. Second ball action started underway. First ball, as expected, went to Valiant Dream Machine and Tojo Yamamoto. Now Jimmy is in with Pat Hutchinson. There's a tag on Yamamoto. In case you just joined us, it's a six-man tag, 2 out of 3 falls. Heavily favored team of the Dream, Tojo and Handsome Jimmy, going against Tom Maley, Pat Hutchinson, 2 young and experienced wrestlers. And the third man on that side is Koko Ware. And Jimmy covers. He won't go for the 3 count, though.
First ball went 340. We're about a minute into this one. Baggett using that hair liberally there, picking up Hutchinson.
Man, that jarred the table all the way over here. Tojo, another chop on Pat Hutchinson. Tojo whips in, big clothesline, Handsome Jimmy. And the Dream saying, get me, tag me. He wants in.
Yeah, he wants in here. He has not been in this second fall.
The Dream wants wants to show the world he can whip the world. Tojo, wham.
Hutchinson awfully close to that tag, but just missed it with Koko Ware.
Dream still hadn't been in there. Again a tag on Handsome Jimmy. And there is finally a tag on the Dream Machine. Hutchinson back to the corner. Here comes Koko. Koko Ware. Handsome Jimmy flailing away on him. The big Dream. Wow. Ooh. Tag on Maley as he comes through the rope. The Dream whips him around, pounds on him with that broad arm and fist. Puts him down on the deck. Ooh. Double chop. Oh, he buried young Tom Maley. Dream Machine up in the air. He's got him right by the throat and fires him down. Flashes down on him, covers him up. 2, 3. And there's the second fall of action, Davey, and not unexpected in 2 straight falls. Yamamoto, Handsome Jimmy, and the Dream Machine over Koko with his 2 young partners, Pat Hutchinson and Tom Maley. And the action banging away in the ring as the Dream Machine not letting go of Tom Maley. Koko had been thrown out, and there goes Maley into the ring apron. Everybody else is out and down on the floor. The winners, Valiant, Yamamoto, and Dream Machine.
3:02, the time on the second fall.
3:02, and in 2 straight, they are the winners. We got more action. Back to it in a moment.
Another 6-man tag team match coming up a little bit later on today. Right now, I got a single match. It'll be a 1-fall, 15-minute time limit match. And introducing, first of all, from Memphis, Tennessee, at 197 pounds, David Price. He's on the right of your screen. Going against him from Jonesboro, Arkansas, 222 pounds, David Oswald. 1-fall, 15-minute time limit. Your referee, Jerry Calhoun.
Jackets coming off. David Price, David Oswald, referee Jerry Calhoun. We are ready. Bell time. Here we go.
This is a match, a couple of guys that don't have a lot of victories to their credit, either one of them. And I guess maybe the slight favorite in the match as far as experience goes would have to be David Oswald. He's been wrestling a little bit longer than Price, but both of them relatively young wrestlers. Oswald known for taking the shortcut from time to time.
Nice wrestling move there, Davey. He went behind David Price, took him off his feet and down, and Price battling back, trying to front face lock him in there and bring him out of the corner, but Oswald slips him. The referee says, let's break, and break they do.
Get him away from the rope. David Price, David Oswald. Price round behind. Nice takedown. He lifted Oswald straight up in the air, got him off his feet. Trying to get in position for a cover. Oswald with a foot over the bottom rope. Referee Jerry Calhoun calls for, gets the break. 1 minute into the action. Oswald. Side headlock on David Price. Now it goes with a face lock. Look out. Dream Machine jumps in here. That's going to stop the match right there. Flying over the top rope, David Oswald. Dream Machine goes to work on David Price. Dream Machine upset. And he jumps in there, threw Oswald over the top rope, and now working on David Price. Oh. Referee Jerry Calhoun nailed. Yes, sir. He's going to catch a fine for that one for sure. Dream Machine grabs Oswald, who's back up on the apron. Nailed him. Now back to work on David Price again.
Dream Machine trying to show the world that he can whip the world, and he's in there and nope. partiality. He's thrown Oswald out of it and working on David Price.
Price really hammered down to the mat. Jerry Calhoun, the referee, he's trying to talk him out of there. He
See if
was
we can
flushed.
get him out of there. Yeah.
Oh, Calhoun nailed again by the Dream Machine. Here comes some help. Jimmy Hart comes in. Talking to the Dream Machine.
Hey, yeah. Yeah, just go back. You go settle your differences with Jimmy Hart, if there is a difference in there. Jimmy Hart trying to get the Dream Machine out. Tommy Rich, Dundee, Tom Maley, all were in to break it up, and Koko Ware to break it up and get the Dream Machine out of the ring. They did that in a hurry. He may have been out of place, but he wasn't no fool. He saw all that coming. He got out of there. Hart was trying to get him out of there. So that one will just be a stop match in there.
Minute 22.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
We were talking about memory lane and Paul Ellering, the big muscle man and holder of the world deadlift record a couple of years ago, as a matter of fact. And Ellering went in a match with Robert Gibson. It'll give you an idea just how strong this Ellering is, because Gibson, as you well know, some kind of competitor himself. Let's take a look at it. He broke away, but he moved back in. That would be a fine point to determine. Caught Robert right in the midsection with that leg knee. Drags him out of the corner, slams him in the center. Again, another slam from Paul Ellering. Backdrop all the way over. Oh, Gibson hit hard on his hip. One, and he kicked his way out. Robert hit on his back and his hip hard, and Ellering following it up, wheels him into the corner. Again, another whip, and Gibson comes off the rope with a knee flying. Ellering, and I think, was going for a bear hug on him. No way to really tell. Robert ready. Across the ring by Gibson. Standing side headlock. Ellering is loose. Over the top with a leapfrog. And they both go down. Gibson and Ellering. Robert had shaken Ellering up. Robert Gibson, Paul Ellering. Ellering up first. Here comes Rick Gibson out. And he's after Jimmy Hart. And it's going to be a disqualification, I'm afraid. Whoa, Hart nailed Rick Gibson with his cane. Jack. Jumping on Robert Gibson. Rick was nailed with that cane by Jimmy Hart. That was quite a night of action, as a matter of fact, when Paul Ellering went against Robert Gibson. We've got more action. Speaking of it, another six-man tag match that'll be coming up here, and it'll be a dandy, too. We'll be back for more action in just a moment. Take a look at that one right there. You don't see too many of those around. As a matter of fact, this is the only second one in my life I've ever seen. A $1,000 bill. And somebody out of the 10-man battle royal Tuesday night at the Louisville Gardens will walk out with that in his proud possession, you better believe it. That's only one of the bouts of the big 7 that'll be there at Louisville. Additionally, a Southern Tag Team title match that'll be in action. And by golly, you will also have that match with Jerry the King Lawler and Paul Ellering in there. And the names of the 10-man Battle Royal: Ken Lucas, Rick Morton, Sonny King, Tony Charles, Hector Guerrero coming in there for it. The Dream Machine, the Angel, Gypsy Joe, Dr. Bill Irwin, and Skull Murphy, and they'll all be involved in it. Then Valiant and Yamamoto try to take the titles away from Dundee and Wildfire Tommy Rich. And then the Muscle Man, Paul Ellering, tries to show that he was the king, going against Jerry Lawler with other stipulations. You be there.
Right now, this one's going to go to the expiration of time. Team of the most falls to their credit when the time expires will be the winners of the match. Total weight, 716 pounds on the left of the screen. From Portland, Oregon, the Angel. From Duluth, Minnesota, Dr. Bill Irwin. And from Italy, Tony Russo. Going against him. Total weight, 670 pounds. From Atlanta, Georgia, Carl Fergie. From Hendersonville, Tennessee, Tommy Wildfire Rich. And from Australia, the superstar, Bill Dundee. 6-man tag match to the expiration of time. Referee Jerry Calhoun.
Calhoun, yeah, okay, now we're rid of the Angel jacket. Ready? Here we go. The Doctor and the superstar, Bill Dundee.
Dundee starts against Dr. Bill Irwin, the guy from Duluth, Minnesota. Dundee puts him down to the mat, goes for a cover quickly. Gets a 1 count, and that's all he got. Dundee presses Irwin back down to the mat, over near the rope. And the Angel put his foot into the action. Dundee looks up and goes after him with both hands flying. Back to Irwin now, who's the legal man in the ring. Down to the mat he goes. Sits down hard as Dundee pops it. Oh, the Angel grabbing Dundee from outside. Gives Dr. Bill Irwin a chance to slug him a couple of times. Dundee off the rope, up high in the air to backdrop, puts him down to the mat. Irwin, known for the flying feet, and he stomped him right across the midsection. Heads for the corner, and here comes the big Angel. Dundee works his way to the corner. Wildfire. Angel, Bill Irwin run together. Wildfire waits for the Angel. Smacks him into the rope. Good drop kick, puts him down to the mat. Rich follows with a smash. Angel breaks the cover before the count can get going. Carl Fergie steps in. Round behind the Angel, taps him on the shoulder. And hello, Carl Fergie is into the action. Angel gets the tag, and here's Tony Russo, the little Italian. Say little, he's short, but he's big. He'll go about 235. Carl Fergie reverses, whips him into the turnbuckle. Half drags him out of the ring. Throws him down enough that he can pick him up and body slam him. A cover, 1. Down to 1 is all Fergie is able to get on Russo. Russo back on his feet. We're about a minute into the action. First fall goes to the expiration of time, remember. Might be 1 fall, might be 4 or 5. The Angel with a foot puts Fergie to the mat. Fergie up in the air, body slam by the big Angel. Count of 2. Dundee is there to rescue him at the 2 count. Count of 2, and awful close. Dundee was able to break the cover. Dr. Bill Irwin in there now after a tag by the Angel. Irwin. A high stepper. Fergie put him down with that forearm. Another good forearm. Over to the corner. Fergie gets the tag on Dundee. Dundee with a cover. Count of 2. Count of 2 is all he gets. Angel with a choke on superstar Bill Dundee.
The Doctor's the legal man in there. The Angel doing his damage from outside, and the big Doc back puts the knee on the superstar, and the referee's trying to break it up.
The Angel has been a problem throughout this first ball. Interference from out on the apron. Tony Russo now jumping up and down on Dundee. Everybody in there except the Angel. Angel still out on the apron. Fergie, Tommy Rich head back to the corner. Dundee The Angel from outside working on Dundee. It's Tony Russo in the ring. Russo pops Bill Dundee's head into the top turnbuckle. A whip into the rope. Drops into the mat. Russo going to follow with a knee, but Dundee had moved. We're nearing the 3-minute mark. First ball of action, 6-man tag team match to the expiration of time. Dundee gets the tag on Wildfire. Tommy Rich. Tommy flips it down. 1, 2, and 3. It's over. First ball goes to Tommy Rich. Bill Dundee. Carl Fergie as Rich flips the sunset on Tony Russo. The time on it, 3 minutes, 8 seconds.
So that'll put Rich, Dundee, and Fergie 1 fall up in the expiration of time match. Memory lane, we were taking a look at the strong man, one time called the world's strongest man, Paul Ellering. This is a match that he had with Dennis Upton. Let's take a look. Bell time, and here we go. We're off and running as Paul Ellering taking time to have a final word with manager Jimmy Hart. Jimmy, who signed Ellering up to a 5-year contract. Ellering, I'm sure that you folks who have been with us on Championship Wrestling have heard it before. For those who are just joining us, I will tell you that 78, Paul held the world deadlift record. He's caught in the full Nelson right now by young Dennis Upton. Dennis got a lot of good height advantage in there. Paul outweighs him. Man, he just snaps it loose. He is a big young man. Ellering on the right. Upton backing with his back to you. Goes in, ties it up again. Ellering hip tosses Dennis Upton. Referee Paul Morton had him down, and he got a 1 count, but that's all. Dennis got his way out of it. Paul had him in the pin position. He's got to maybe change his strategy a little due to the height of Upton. Upton around behind, weight blocks Ellering. Ellering loves the challenge. Look at that. He tears his hands apart. And with that arm, just snaps him over and down. Paul went to South Dakota State on a wrestling scholarship. Went into heavy weightlifting, NCAA weightlifting champ in 77. Rolling Upton back and gets a 1 count. Upton going to his feet again. He'll do better there with that height advantage of his. Covers up. Ellering backs it up, not risking a disqualification, which he has seen a few of in his time. Nice clean break. Ellering took that as a personal tribute. Rare as it is. He snaps Upton in, goes around behind, takes him right up off his feet, slams him down. Paul Ellering with Dennis Upton, a young fella, gaining the experience. We talk like Paul has got all that many years in professional wrestling. He does not, but he has such a long career of amateur wrestling. He's around beside Dennis Upton, who again, trying to seek his feet, spreads it out, goes for a leg on Paul Ellering, can't snap it loose. Ellering checking on him. Ellering looking, he may be ready to go with him, and he takes him down, but he can't get the shoulders over as he is right by the ropes. And so Paul, who possibly would have had him down, crabbed, was right at the ropes, and it goes for naught in terms of going for a pin. We're 3 minutes into the action, 7 minutes to go. It's a 1 fall, 10-minute time limit out. Back into the rope once again, and a forearm. The referee saying, hey, watch him on the rope. I'm not talking about the forearm. Ellering picks him up, slams Upton down. Once again, straight up in the air. Running power slam that time, and Ellering hooks around behind Dennis Upton. He rolls him into pin position. 2, 3, got it. Muscle man's got some good moves, I'll tell you that. In fact, always good to go back and see it in action. We got more action right here, and we'll be back to it after we take time out for this. In a six-man tag, the Rich Dundee Fergie team, one fall up, bell time, here we go. Not too much time left in our expiration of time, Dave.
Boy, what a first fall we had in just over 3 minutes. Tommy Rich got the pin on Tony Russo, and we had action and battling for the entire 3 minutes, 8 seconds of that first one. Rich, against Dr. Bill Irwin. Rich puts his way over to the corner, gets the tag, and here is Carl Fergie. Fergie, whipping. Irwin into the row, back drop. Carl going for the cover. The big Angel is there. He planted a foot on Carl Fergie's head. That stopped it before a count could get going. Dundee got 2 minutes left in the time limit, about 2 minutes. Dundee working on Irwin. Fergie against the Angel. Rich against Russo. All 6 of them in the ring. Referee Jerry Calhoun trying to sort them out. Figure out who's supposed to be there and convince the other 4 to get back out on the apron. Well, it's almost like 3 single matches going in here at the same time.
I don't want to be any time, but I'm sure glad I'm not the referee for this bout.
Yes, sir. Now the Angel double teaming Tommy Rich along with Tony Russo. Dundee grabs him.
Calhoun having no success in getting us back down to the legal number in the ring. Double back on the big dock. That was Dundee and Rich working together in beautiful fashion.
Fergie and Russo still going at it in one corner. The Angel and Bill Dundee in the other. We're down to 1 minute. 1 minute left.
1 minute to go. 1 minute.
Time just about to run out here on his second fall. The Angel putting that claw on Bill Dundee's head. Carl Fergie over to nail him to get that stop. Dundee after Russo. Rich working on Irwin. Now Fergie and Tommy Rich step back out onto the apron. If we can get that, the Angel's out on the apron. Irwin is out. Russo backdrop by Dundee. A cover. 1. Down to 1 is all he gets. Angel was there to rescue him, but Russo was able to kick out of it before the count of 2. And time is just about gone. Less than 15 seconds remaining.
Here we go again.
Everybody back in. Well, we're not going to get a pin in this one. Yeah, time is up.
If you can, let's get it stopped, ref.
Yeah.
That's great. We sit over here and tell them, let you get it stopped.
He's in there with 1,300 pounds.
What a battle. So with that 1-fall victory in the first fall, the team of Fergie, Rich, and Dundee are going to be victorious over the Doc, Tony Russo, and the Angel.
Yes, sir.
And Billy is hopped out, and Tommy and Fergie in there enjoying it, and Irwin, Russo, and the Angel heading out of here. Bill Dundee was involved with a muscle man from Minnesota. We're talking about Paul Ellering in a match. If you didn't see it, we're going to show you some highlights of a tremendous bout between Paul Ellering and Bill Dundee out of the past. He's barely got enough breath, but I got to say congratulations, Billy Robinson. Dynamite win over a rugged Sonny King.
Well, he certainly was tough, and I got to say that, my temper did flare in there, which I thought I was too sure and too confident for anything like that to allow it to happen, but the man was breaking the rules, and he was coming at me. I just reacted as a normal person would.
Okay, I made the comment that Bill Dundee was saying, don't get disqualified, Billy, and here he may be the one that would have faced you in the finals in there.
Yeah, well, I've got no preference here. Who wins? Paul Ellering has got a superb amount of strength, and Billy Dundee's got the speed and the technique. It's not really a David and Goliath match. It's
Whoa!
Beautiful body shot.
Ellering with that.
The front face lock, our chantry.
Look at that Ellering. Straight up in the air.
Oh!
Misses the elbow. Ellering front end it right now. Nails Dundee with a second one. Ellering covers.
I think he's got him here.
1, 2.
wait.
No, he doesn't.
What a little bulldog this man is.
Well, you hit the word right on a button. One we've never used with Dundee, but oh, look at here. What a shoulder block. Ellering up and over. Dundee putting it all out. 3 times he put it down. Paul Ellering on the rope. Referee saying, let's break it up, break it up.
Oh, hey, did you see that? Did you see that one?
I looked
He
down
hit him
at
with
the
a
watch,
hit him with a
Billy, I
fist,
missed it.
right on the fist. After that's not right. No way.
That's it. It's going to be a win for Ellering. I missed what you said, Billy. I was looking at the
The
watch.
referee went in between them to push him out of the way, to make the break on the ropes. Both men were fighting. They got a lot of determination. They wanted to win. And when the referee's head was down, Ellering reached over the top and hit him with a fist flush on the chin. Now, that's against the rules. That match shouldn't be allowed. They should rematch it.
I saw. That was quite a battle, as a matter of fact, Dundee and Ellering in there. Hey, we're running out. We're going to have to take time right here, and we'll be back in just a moment. Wave Country's championship wrestling continues to the ring in just a moment. It starts in the Louisville Gardens Tuesday night when Jerry the King Lawler faces the muscle man from Melrose, Minnesota, Paul Ellering.
Time has a way of bringing out the best in people, Lance Muscle. And time has funny ways of bringing things together. Jerry Lawler, for 6 months I was the champion. And for 6 months, every night that I got into the ring, the people said, wait till Jerry the King Lawler comes back. Wait till Jerry Lawler comes back. And for 6 nights I went to bed feeling like I was not a champion, dreaming of what it would be like to beat you, Jerry Lawler. Jerry Lawler, I woke up with a cold sweat. I woke up crying because I wanted to be the champion that I was. Now, Jerry Lawler, I got one thing to prove as I live and breathe right now, Jerry Lawler. Look at me, Jerry Lawler. I got only one thing to prove in my lifetime, and that is that I can beat you. And that is that I can take that leg and break it again. Jerry Lawler, I only got one thing to prove, and I'm going to do it. As I live and breathe on my father's grave, Jerry Lawler, you and me in Louisville, be there.
Tuesday night is when the action takes place. And if Lawler can get past the muscle man, he gets a handicap match with Jimmy Hart and a partner of his choice. You don't want to miss it, my friend. Be there Tuesday night at the Gardens. Had to save a little time because it is such a special time, as a matter of fact, on this particular championship wrestling program. Sitting with us, obviously, is Jerry the King Lawler. In this past week, Jerry, you made your debut in the area after being out for 11 months, and by golly, I'll tell you what, it was great to have you back.
Well, it was great to be back, you know, for those 11 months. I've been like a little kid looking in a candy store that didn't have any money. Well, now I'm able to get in that candy store, and I was great to be back. The response from the fans was just unbelievable. You know, I know how I missed them for those 11 months, and they made me realize that I was missed for 11 months, too. It was just great being back. The people in Louisville, Kentucky, Lexington, Kentucky, Nashville, Tennessee, Evansville, Indiana, all the people. It was just unbelievable.
Well, you don't want to leave out your old hometown, and that is Memphis, Tennessee.
Right.
I think it was incredible. Over 11,000 people gathered to see the King return into action there, and it was something else, as a matter of fact. We have some scenes of the reception, and we thought you might be interested in seeing this. I know you'll be interested in seeing this. This was Jerry's return to his old hometown in Memphis, Tennessee. We were delighted to be there with the Championship Wrestling cameras. And at this particular moment, the house lights were out and a sold-out turn-away crowd situation in there, and everybody was sitting waiting for one thing, and that was for the King to get back, and so were you.
Yeah, I was ready. You know, I kind of want to do something a little different, something maybe a little exciting, so we came up with a kind of a unique entrance, and We'll see what the people think about it.
Yeah.
Were you surprised, man?
Yes, I was surprised and delighted, too. I was like everybody else in the crowd, Jerry. As long as I've been around wrestling, and that's been well over 28 years, this was one of the most exciting things that I have ever seen. If you can picture the Mid-South Coliseum, jam-packed, turn-away crowd. Music started, and there were 11,000, better than 11,000 people who were there waiting for the moment and the entrance of the king. What a thrill. Boy, I'll tell you, the crowd was thrilled to see you back here.
Well, it was really exciting. You know, that kind of excitement, like I said, was there in, well, just all the cities. Evansville, Indiana was unbelievable. I've never seen so many people there. Louisville, Kentucky, the same situation. And it was just the electricity in the air, you know.
Jimmy Hart's planning on breaking your leg again so you can be out for 11 months.
Well, you know, I got a few words I'd like to say about that. I'm sure that that's what he had in his mind. He came up with this dream machine. The dream machine turned out to be a nightmare for Hart. Turned out to be a one-night wonder. You know, he had promised Hart he was going to get the job done. He didn't do it. Hart can go out and hire or put a bounty on my head, a price on my head, and hire as many of these stooges as he wants to. Look all over the country, Hart. Spend every last dime you've got and bring them all in, because I'm going to go right through them if I have to. Each and every one of them. I don't care if it's 1, 10, 100. I don't care how many it is. I'll go right through them because I'm going to get to you, Hart. And just what you got that first week is just a small sample of what I've got in store for you. Because, Lance, I told you and I've told all the people, and I'm going to make this a promise, that I brought Jimmy Hart into the wrestling business. He was singing in bars in Memphis when I found him, and I befriended him. I gave the guy a break. I made him my friend, and he gave me the shaft. And I'm not going to stand for it. So let me tell you something, Hart. Before it's over with, you're going to be back singing these clubs if they'll hire a singer with no teeth and with scars all over his head, because that's what you're going to look like when I get through with you.
Well, I got to tell you, Jerry, that I was not only very pleased, I was a little bit surprised that in watching you in your first week back in action, you look great.
I
Boy,
feel great. The
seems
leg
to
is
be in
100%.
dynamite shape.
You can forget about re-breaking the leg, Hart, because like the doctor said, it's stronger now than it ever was. So just forget about that. You better try to concentrate on something else. You know what I'm a little bit surprised at? I saw you spending a lot of time today on the show showing old films of this musclehead Paul Ellering, and I can't understand your thinking.
Well,
we've seen enough of him. I mean, you know, if they want to try to bring him back, he was the king when I was gone, but the real king is back. And, you know, I understand that all Ellering heard while I was gone was wait till the king gets back. Well, the king is back, and if Ellering wants to try a little bit of me on, he's welcome to it, too.
Okay. No offense intended again. Tremendous to have you back, Jerry, and we're just looking forward to seeing you in action and on and on and on.
All right.
Okay, Jerry the King Lawler. Right now, by golly, we've used that time up, Davey. How about a recap of the action that we had today?
Oh, some kind of action we did have here today. Jimmy Valiant, Tojo Yamamoto, the Dream Machine. The winners over Koko Ware, Tom Maley, and Pat Hutchinson. It was David Oswald against David Price. That match stopped by the referee when the Dream Machine interfered. Then Bill Dundee, Carl Fergie, and Tommy Rich in another six-man tag team match get the win In winning the first fall of action, 3 minutes, 8 seconds, Tommy Rich got the pin, and Dundee, Carl Fergie, Tommy Rich defeat the Angel, Dr. Bill Irwin, and Tony Russo, 2 six-man tag team battles today.
Boy, we had plenty of it, I'll tell you for a fact. And I enjoyed the show. I enjoyed, despite whether the King did or not, going back and looking at the Muscle Man from Melrose, Minnesota, Paul Ellering. We probably will try to do this from time to time in there because the reaction to it is just